Johnson driving at Ratai.
But that will be one of the best matchups here in Kansas City.
Shot clock winding down on Williams, who hits the three. Agbim. Powell cleans it up. Skillings attacks and finishes.
I'm involved in a lot of youth sports, but I've never seen any signups at 3 years old.
No Pop Warner?
No, sir.
In SoCal at 3?
No basketball either.
Powell stayed patient from Skillings. Saw the note, Mo Odom sat for 2:53, and in that time, Baylor had outscored Arizona State 9-6. Lead down to 9 again with Odom returning and scoring around the corner. Tunde Yesufu off the shot fake. Straight to the basket for 2. He had gotten the switch on Odom. Gets Odom on him again.
There's the post up.
Yesufu loves doing this, and he goes right to the bucket again. With Arizona State's lead down to 7. Odom nearly turned it over toward Mayusin. Johnson late shot clock. Driving on Agbim. Got it to go.
Now they switch to the zone. That way this takes away the isolations and the switches, but it doesn't matter. They get it to Yesufu right at the high post, the soft spot early.
Odom off the screen. Johnson went soaring. Williams ahead of the pack. Lays it in. Yesufu again trying to get this mismatch on Odom. Kicked it for Skillings. Wide right. Tipped in off Jop's fingertips.
If I'm Odom, I attack Williams. You hopefully know that he has 4 fouls.
Odom snaked it, dropped it off for Truitt. Scores it with the right hand. With 5+ minutes to go in this first round matchup.
See, there's the 2 on the ball, and there's the rotation.
Forced Jop. Mayusin knocks it down.
You've been the primary defender on Mo Odom. Now Yesufu gets that assignment.
So 24 on 5. Odom snaked it again. Mid-range good.
That's on Powell.
With Isaac Williams having fouled out of this game. Agbim, Carr, Yesufu, Skillings, and Powell. The 5 for Scott Drew. Carr drives and scores it off the glass, and his first point since halftime. Really had to work to get to the finish line. And Baylor did as well down the stretch, getting that 5-point win at home. Skillings the kick. Agbim got it. Finally a 3 for Baylor. Wife, you're watching. His son on his bench. They're trying to get to the finish line as Skillings lays it in.
I'm going to have long NBA careers, in my opinion.
Carr rises. He hits as Bobby Hurley was screaming, "Don't foul."
Somebody's going to cut across, right across Mo Odom, and try to get that basketball. And there it is.
To Pig Johnson, who tosses it up. And Arizona State wins it. Bobby Hurley's Sun Devils are still alive, and they move on to the second round. Miller's got an 11th rebound. Tillery left alone. He says, why not? And he hits.
Pushes in transition like a point guard, causes the cross match. He gets Tillery that 3.
Traore answers.
Running back to the paint for the most part. But now when the big is bringing it up, it really puts your defense in a bind because you get cross-matched a lot.
Cham over Okonkwo.
He just has this like great versatility about him.
6'11", and stuffing the stat sheet today. McHenry with a runner.
Needs more legs into a shot, more consistent follow-through. Like I haven't broken down because I've never shot with him. But I think the potential is there for him to become like a spot-up shooter at times, play off other guys. But the potential is there. He can do so many other things. And then the other part of it, there's that passing. Man, at 6'10", just seeing over the defense. See how he's hesitant right there? Like those are open shots. But he doesn't feel as comfortable quite yet. But he does feel comfortable doing that.
He'll pull it back out to Thomas. Skip Tillery. Yes, sir. Traore got free, and he buries the 3.
I would go back to Brown.
McHenry does. With Thomas on him. Brown, elbow, yes! The Utes have it down to 7. They've trailed by as many as 15 as Miller takes off.
Is just tantalizing.
Brown answers right back, much needed for Utah. And secured by Traore, Brown runs. Summons the side ball screen, mid-range again. And Brown is cooking.
Go back to him in the post.
He's matched up with Brown. Moved it for Celestine. Yes!
That's why. Decisions, he didn't hold because he had the smaller guy. And look at that attack by Terrence Brown.
And he's up to 22 to go along with 5 assists and just 1 turnover. Lead as big as 15 for Cincinnati, and that's goaltending on Seydou Traore. Thomas underneath. Shot clock winding down. Lost it on the way up against Brown.
Downhill if you're Brown.
Attacking. Dawes cutting. Blocked at the rim by Miller. Dawes got it back. Scores it and a foul. Don McHenry gave it up for Dawes. Back to the corner. McHenry got it to go.
It just hurt that Don McHenry, your best three-point shooter, gets his toe on the line. Because otherwise, if it's a 3.
Well, Baba Miller and Cincinnati take down Utah and move on to the second round here at the Big 12 tournament, and a much-needed, had-to-have-it game for Wes Miller and the Bearcats.
Yeah, they keep their NCAA tournament hopes alive.
And the rebound to Colorado. Hargress the other way. Feed inside. Malone cutting to the hoop.
Carving up the defense.
Inside, off balance, bucket for Curry. Loss on Saturday against Houston. They were up at the break, and he had a good game.
Yeah, he can get into the paint, which is what he's done tonight. Both of those guards, Query and Curry.
Inside jumper for Inman.
Really performed well for Coach Boyle. Look at that speed.
Oh, great move by Curry as he exploded.
I like that Coach Lutz said he thought he could be harder on his team than he actually was.
Johnson gets into the paint and 1. Clary, kick out. Nice movement. Roy, a 3. Got it.
I think Anthony Roy is going to be the leading scorer, one of the leading scorers in the G League someday. And that's not a criticism. He's going to end up playing in the G League, and if he does what he can do, you might see him play later on in his career in the NBA.
Baseline, Roy at the basket. Whoa.
See that? You can tell he knows how to put the ball in the hole.
Biggest lead of the game, Oklahoma State by 11. Hargress, jump stop in the paint.
That's more good defense.
Great look.
Nice.
And the flush from Holland. Curry swings it. Clary wide open. Got it.
Game roughly at Penn State a couple of years ago. Then he went to Mississippi State. He was hurt most of last year. And Steve Lutz took a chance and it's worked out. What do you think about Anthony Roy? He's probably got a closet.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
You know?
Yeah.
Although, you go to junior college, you get a T-shirt and a pair of shorts.
Coleman lays it up and in. And he's got a double-double with 12 and 13.
Nice. Nice. He's got a...
Dak kick out.
Boy, their defense has been much better, John.
No question.
They are getting after it and helping each other.
Hargress off one leg, rattles that one home. Oklahoma State with the ball up by 9. Shot clock is at 5.
That's great.
Wow.
That is great basketball.
So they go to possession arrow.
They go to the possession arrow.
And it belongs to Oklahoma State.
But you can't do that. You don't. If you're a referee, don't do that in the NCAA tournament if you want to advance.
Oh, look at that. Coleman got enough of it.
Well, he's had a great night, John. He really has. Double-double easily.
Dak hits that from deep.
Yep, at the Final Four with the D2 and D3 Final Fours.
That is cool.
Oh, boy.
Dak collects it, kicks to Johnson, and they needed that.
Got it one, finally.
Johnson inside, and there's a bucket.
And good coaches do that at the college level.
Dak.
There you go.
And that'll go. It's a 2. The exact measure of revenge from earlier in the season. They knock off Colorado 92-83, and they'll move on to play TCU. Anthony Roy is our Phillips 66 player of the game. Roy in the second half had himself a really nice game. 24 overall.
A touch for Baba Miller, who has had a very quiet day. He's all alone now. Bounce pass into Chom. Turnaround, tough shot, and it goes. It just hit his foot and bounced to his teammate, and they play on. Nice look. Celestine knocks down a 3, his second of the game. And how about the big guy leading him up the floor, picked up his dribble, made a wise decision there. But boy, is he impacting this game in a lot of ways. Turnaround will go. Double-digit lead.
That was a big-time move by Celestine.
Whoa, Burks at the other end with an answer.
Well, Cincinnati has turned them into a half-court team. There's been nothing in transition.
Miller trying to get around Stillwell, who would have nothing of it. A great defensive play there by Jamichael Stillwell. Kugel keeps the dribble alive. Bull, it rolls in.
Things feel a little bit different. This gives them a little more breathing room. Good switch.
Stillwell up and in. And the rebound down to Stillwell. Give him a dozen boards now.
And Miller only shoots 20% from 3 on the season. Shot better last year at FAU.
Folks picks up the dribble, finds Stillwell. Bangs into Miller. Look at the strength there. 3 minutes to go.
Boy, this game takes on a different tenor if there's a score here.
And it goes and 1 for Kugel.
Celestine, any open looks?
Celestine always a threat from beyond the arc. Hit 5 yesterday, hit 2 today, hit another one right here. And Cincinnati making their free throws, 11 for 11 here in the second half. Kugel, left hand, no. Might have been bothered by Chom. Stillwell follow, yes. Celestine gets it in. Ooh, Thomas almost lost it, finds James. And a good decision by Jizzle James. Didn't need to force it. Picked it up in a tough spot, though, and turned it over. Stillwell the save. Burks, baseline drive, up and under and in, and it's a 4-point game. Inbounding again.
And this for Cincinnati is about being strong with the ball.
Miller, James, got to get it over, and he did not. He did not get it over in time.
Boy, what a bad mistake by Cincinnati. Wes Miller saying, hey, I was calling a timeout, but if the referees don't hear you, it doesn't really matter.
Boy, and these are experienced players who have struggled the last 2 possessions for the Bearcats.
All you have to do is get it over. There was no reason to turn around and walk that tightrope.
And if you're wondering, his left foot did get over, but you're not over till all of you is over.
And the ball.
Yes. Shot clock down to 7. Kugel still going. It goes, and it's back down to 2. A quick 6-0 run for the night.
Jordan Burks basically playing free safety, not putting any pressure on the ball, just to be an added defender on the catch.
Celestine into James. Tipped, stolen. Kugel ties it. And that 8-point lead is gone right now into the final minute. Miller floated it up there for Chom, and it's UCF ball with a chance to take the lead.
Boy, Baba Miller, that was not a good decision. Cincinnati did not need that.
Boy, turnover after turnover in key moments, and it was Kugel who tied it. The Knights now looking for the lead with 10 on the shot clock.
Got to get something going now.
The screen by Bull. The show by Chom. 3 to shoot. It'll be Burks. And it is Cincinnati ball with the shot clock turned off. Wes Miller's going to let him play. Chisel James with 12 seconds to go.
Well, you've had success with Chom setting a high screen. Here it comes.
5 seconds to go. Chom. He's going to have to shoot. And Wes Miller called a timeout.
And watch the roll to the basket.
Thomas left it short. Might have had a little bit more time to square. 10 to shoot. Stillwell around Thomas, and UCF leads. They have scored 12 consecutive points going back to the last 2.5 minutes or so of regulation. Thomas tries to turn the corner. Gets it off from the elbow and hits. Folks whips a pass to Stillwell, who banks it in. Thomas has to come up top to get it. Inside 10 to shoot.
Now another switch.
Again, the jumper, and again it goes. And back to a 4-point lead for the Knights. Thomas will try a deep one and hit it. 7 straight Cincinnati points for Day Thomas.
Well, just a little Peja action there, coming off and shooting behind the big guy. That was really nicely done.
Inside 90 seconds to go. A 1-point game. Stillwell slips. Folks driving. James stays in front of him. Clock at 5. Folks tries again. Bull. No.
Equally important, if not more so, is the rebound. You can't give up if UCF cannot give up an offensive rebound here.
7 to shoot. Here goes Thomas. Folks stays in front of him. And a turnover. Could not connect with Miller. And now the Knights not rushing. About a 12-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
So you want to get into something pretty quickly here.
The ball in the hands of Riley Kugel. The shot clock is down to 6. Almost ran into Burks. Now he drives, and it won't go. And it's Cincinnati ball inside 10 seconds. A gamble by Kugel. Celestine short. Stillwell's got it, and he is fouled. Because it's going to be a 3-point attempt one way or another for Cincinnati. Missed it. Tipped. And that's going to do it. The Knights win it. They come back from 8 down in the last 2 minutes of regulation.
That's right.
A 16-foot jump shot you're probably not going to get fouled on. And the rate in terms of percentages it is good. Plus a 3, your return is higher because of the math.
And there are anomalies such as A.J. DeBonza. The game in this league is won from the inside out.
Punch, jumper, free throw line. Wouldn't fall.
That shot is, John, that's a low percentage shot.
Inside, Edmonds the bucket and 1. 72-66. And a pull-up jumper for Pierre. And there's Edmonds inside. Offensive rebound of the putback. And now Harding will set it up. 3-point game.
Remember that Punch can pass it.
Good look right there. Punch. Able to find Jaden Pierre, and they're within 1.
You cut over the top of the big guy with the ball, but you don't stop. You keep going. Nice.
Great move by Kanye Clary.
Well, you're making a contribution. You're a very good role player.
Very
good role player.
Lob. Oh, and then throw down there from Isaiah Coleman.
It's the league of role players.
Harding jumper, got it. Turn, and obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but it looks like something else might be bothering him. Edmonds rebound. Kick out Pierre. Game of the day tomorrow as they inbound to Roy with Toulson on him. Roy inside, off the glass and in, and two more.
Oh, good, John. He's such a natural scorer. Oh, nice pass.
Great look. Edmonds flips it in. Clary. Oh, my goodness. And they're within one.
John, that wasn't necessarily a lucky shot, but that happened to TCU 3 or 4 times tonight, and the ball didn't go in. Great move by Clary.
Delavicious, not able to hit.
Toulson!
Clary at the basket, lays it in.
Great play.
Under 3 to play here, second half. Give off to Punch, spinning at the basket, and it'll go. He's got 26. Jaden Pierre swings it. Toulson buries it. Curry can't hit. Lilavicious with the rebound. And that is going to do it. TCU will advance. And the Frogs will take on Kansas. So our quarterfinals are set. Jamie Dixon's team picks up win number 22, and they've won 6 in a row. Earlier this year in January, TCU blew a 15-point advantage with under 5 to go as Diamande slides in.
Not played many minutes at all over the last part of the season, but the last couple of games he's really helped.
Miller gets a step, spins it home. He used the rim. The other way we go with Houston by a couple. Uzan got a step, left hand. Tugler to Sinak, off the window and in. Let's check in with Angel.
But when Houston is able to get the ball back, obviously the defensive part is very important to Coach Sampson, but he mentioned to his...
But Rob Wright, I think, can really do some damage now.
Tugler going at the basket, lays it in.
Kevin Young knows what he's doing, but I'd like to see the best player on the floor have it.
McCarty wide open, drills it.
Kostic in there because he can shoot the 3.
Gabanza back to right. Kostic, that's a 3. Got it.
Good substitution. And I've got to tell you, Emmanuel Sharp did a really good job of keeping Rob Wright getting to the rim, but Rob found the open man. Chess match, John. Chess match out here.
Houston by 3. How about McCarty playing in a high leverage spot?
Confidence in him. Hours of practice.
Lemmings, that's a 3. Buried it. Oh, the closer comes through.
Close your eyes and it could have been L.J. Cryer.
It's a 6-point game right at the basket. Uzan got a piece.
No doubt.
Davis hoists. And then the tip from Keita.
30 down 20, he's always coaching.
Fleming's the miss on the free throw. DeBonsa will try and hit. He's got 3, and he has set a new Big 12 record, which has voted Jaden Bradley, who's a magnificent player. Houston able to win it 73-66. And for Kelvin Sampson, it is on to the semifinals from T-Mobile Center. John Shelby, Fran Fraschilla, and Angel Gray. The winner gets Houston in the semis tomorrow. Punch inside and 1. They're doing good punch wrestling. Pierre gives off the punch with Jackson on him. Bedunga comes to help, and they kick out. Under 10, Pierre.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow, that rolled in.
It's going to be formidable in the NCAA tournament. They could beat some teams.
Harding hesitates, looking for space, up and under, left hand wouldn't fall. That goes in. Inside. And that wouldn't go for Pierre. He wanted a foul call. Peterson at the basket. And one.
Brock Hardy's been solid this year, the transfer from Iowa for Jamie Dixon.
Peterson feeding it to Bedunga. Flory inside, rattles that home.
Here comes Melvin.
Counsel to White. And Kansas has the lead. Illinois and now a Jayhawk. And he's had a very good year.
You know how many school t-shirts those two guys have?
Harding hesitated, and he got the step.
In San Diego when they beat Florida and Wisconsin.
Peterson went behind the back, and is that going to count?
Bill Self always great out of timeouts. Let's see what he draws up. Little slip screen. There it is. Yep.
And 10 on the shot clock. In the hands of Peterson. Bill Self directing traffic. Got to go here. Peterson spinning, shooting, hitting. Punch at the basket. And the stuff. Timeout TCU. Yeah, awesome to have you. Yeah, 5-second call, so turnover. Robinson buries it. Toss down punch, 3, got it.
All right, one possession game.
Wow.
You know what's great about that? Make him throw it deep.
And they foul Elmarco Jackson. Remember his freshman year, he was out on the court a ton. In fact, he started the first 15 games of his career. As he finishes with 13, Bedunga tips it. That one fired at the basket. It rims out, and Kansas will move on. Bill Self's group will go to the semifinals and take on Houston.
A guy who has had so much trouble making shots in recent weeks is having no such trouble tonight. What a catch by Awaka, and he'll finish. Burries still has not made a shot. Now remember, Chris told you earlier, had a wrap on his left calf. It's not on there now, but he's on the bench. He's got 1 point in this game, but they are getting offense. Arizona led briefly at the end of the first half. Iowa State has led almost the entire night, but Del Orso changes that. In semifinal number 1 here for the Big 12 tournament.
Awaka is posting up inside.
Buchanan playing with 3. Fronting him. Lipsy got knocked to the deck. Bradley's got the ball. Tough shot over him, and he hits it.
Really smart by Jefferson to read the eyes of the passer.
Inside 8 minutes to go. Iowa State down by 3. They swarm Momcilovic. Jefferson. Boy, the footwork is something else. Jefferson into the paint again, backs it out. Momcilovic, the fadeaway. Torrey kept it alive, and he's got it. Heisey. And now Buchanan with a rebound. And he will lay it in. Now Bradley driving. Up and in. Karchenkov, who's having a big night, turns the corner. Fadeaway, yes!
He has had a fabulous game. Played off 2 feet, pivot. Cyclones need a bucket right here.
Jefferson into the chest of Karchenkov. Momcilovic with a shot fake. Now he hits the 3!
Boy, Walker was wide open.
Privas can't get the shot off. Bradley shoos him away. Del Orso, another one for Anthony Del Orso. Leading scorer on the season, but he is their leading scorer tonight. Taman Lipsy has returned, and Momcilovic knocks down another one. A monster night for him. He's got 7 of them and 25 in the game. Privas, Bradley, Del Orso, yes!
But if you give up a tough 2, that's one thing. But an open 3 to the hottest player on the floor, not a great decision by a great defender.
2 guys shooting the lights out as Jefferson knocks down a 3. Game on the line.
Arizona needs to play inside out here, get a piece of the paint.
Bradley the drive. Jefferson the contest. Krivas the rebound.
Over everyone.
What a great pass. Karchenkov to Awaka.
Mo Krivas went over the top of everybody to grab that with 2 hands.
A double-double for Awaka. 90 seconds to go. A 4-point game.
Good fake.
Lipsy blocked by Krivas.
And he took that right out of the air with the left hand.
Momcilovic again. You gotta be kidding.
And he got hit.
Timeout Arizona.
It's just an out of bounds. That's it.
Into Bradley and into the final minute of regulation.
Tobe Awaka down on the baseline with Krivas. They can duck in hard.
Bradley can't shake Torrey. Forces it up and hits. Torrey did everything he could and it still wasn't enough.
That was just offense being a little better than the defense, and there's giving up a foul on Taman Lipsy there, so he can't turn the corner.
Momcilovic into Jefferson. Finds Buchanan, 10 to shoot. Buchanan looking for somebody to give it to. Finds Lipsy, 5 to shoot. Tie game! Taman Lipsy for 3. They're going to play it out.
Remember, it's not just the first shot, it's the offensive rebound.
Bradley trying to do it himself. He does! He hit it! They will look at it to make sure that it beat the clock, but Jaden Bradley appears to have won it for Arizona. Did it again. He knew he wanted it, Jay. He knew he wouldn't be easy, and he made it.
And this is outstanding defense by Killian Torrey, but just better offense. And we've talked about Jaden Bradley. His performance in clutch time. In clutch time, he averages 36 points per 40 minutes of clutch time, and nothing more clutch than this game winner.
Arizona hasn't looked back since. Just a great basketball program. And what both of these coaches have done with their programs, now both of them in the Big 12, where they were a few years ago, has made this league even stronger. And this year, Fleming's on the bench right now. Miller out there for the backcourt with Uzan and Sharp. Tugler tries again and one. Uzan driving, floater, and one.
I think he's the guy that needs to start taking over.
10-0 run, Houston. Arizona's got foul trouble, and they've gone cold. Miller driving, dumps it off, laid in by Tugler. A 12-0 run. Will it continue? Tugler to Miller. Miller the drive. Miller the layup. And it's a one-point game.
Big guy in there to protect the rim, that being Krivas.
Awaka and Pete each on the bench with 4.
How about the fight of this Houston team?
Burries. Krivas swatted away by Sinek. Burries a little shake and bake inside to snap the 14-0 run for Arizona. Awaka's back in for Arizona with 4. And Kingston Flemings is back in for the first time in a long time for Houston. What a rebound by Tugler. Flemings hits. Big bucket for the Cougars.
Chris Sinek Jr. really moving his feet to stay in front of Karchenkov.
Burries can't get by Flemings. Karchenkov banks home a 3. Really been dominating things for several minutes. Karchenkov banks one in, all of his 8 in the second half. Tugler has been outstanding tonight. Tugler's got 18. Mercy Miller is their second highest scorer at 10. Karchenkov stumbling a little bit, and he still laid it in.
And you have to think that Arizona with Cole Pete back in the game is going to look to go inside.
They go to Pete right away, and he converts. Sadak slows down Bradley. Shot clock at 7. Burries. He's going to have to put a shot up, and he banks it home. Gobbs was a 3.
John Wooden would be proud.
So it's a 9-point game, 2.5 to go. Tugler follows it up a second time. Jay, they turned this game back around in their favor. Misses the front end. Flemings. And a 3 from Miller will go, and it's down to 6.
Goff can run the baseline, but Tugler can cover that.
Karchenkov lofts it up for Bradley. And he's going to try to finish it. Can't do it. Back comes Flemings. Uzan. Hit it! And it's a 3-point game.
Honestly, not really sure why Jaden Bradley decided to take that all the way.
A one-possession game now with 50 seconds to go. And a timeout for Arizona.
Absolutely. Kelvin Sampson going to trust his defense.
Bradley to Karchenkov. A big second half for him. Tipped away and out of bounds. Still Arizona ball with 5 on the shot clock. Burries to inbound. To Pete. Pete from the baseline. No! Privas the rebound. And he gets fouled.
We had talked about it. Grabbing a big defensive rebound was the key.
Versus 8 for 12. Into Flemings. As Jay said, they need a quick score. Flemings can't get it to go in. Miller can't. Follow no. Bodies flying. As McCarty had a look at it as well. We have an Arizona foul and free throws coming for the Cougars. Karchenkov to inbound. Tugler on the ball. And they will use the timeout called just in the nick of time.
And not easy to get a clean look.
Del Orso, it's deflected out of bounds to get the ball in. Burries comes to get it. Strong with the ball, waits for the foul, and he will shoot 2. That will do it. The regular season champs are the tournament champs here in Kansas City. They avenge a defeat to Houston in this game from a year ago as the Arizona Wildcats continue this sensational season, now 32-2.